Yo, what going on, people? This is Elvis Daily, the king of YouTubers, and I'm back again with a fresh and brand new episode. So if you're new to this channel, make sure to subscribe and turn on that beautiful notification bell. So today I'm joined here by Matt, all the way from where?
USA. I'm from Missouri originally, and I built a photography brand out of Kansas City, and Kansas City, Missouri, and Kansas City, Kansas, because we got to mention both, Twin City. And now I currently live in Oklahoma. I completely modified my life after coming to Kenya the first time so that I could create a means to continue being in Kenya for longer periods of time. So I retired from my Kansas City life, and I hustle out of Oklahoma just north of Dallas, Texas.
Welcome to Kenya. Karibu.
Asante.
Can you speak a little bit of Swahili?
Hey, najua kidogo sana. Pole pole, najua yote.
All right, so we're going to talk about your experience here in Africa as a Mzungu, coming from the US, traveling around Africa, and also we're going to talk about the countries you've visited and how people have treated you, Yeah, so when was your first time coming to Africa?
So my first time was September 2018. I landed at JKIA, and as a Mzungu coming here, many people will welcome to pick you. They'll offer to pick you from the airport, but being in my 30s, I wanted to be my own man and take care of my own affairs a little bit more. So instead, I took a taxi. I think I paid way too much, like $2,500 from JKIA to Kahama Hotel in CBD. So I stayed there for 3 days, and then from there I ventured out, and I spent my first 40 nights and 41 days in Kenya.
And what was the reason traveling here to Kenya in Africa?
Okay, so long story short, I've always had a bad stomach, and in 2015 I got diagnosed with what was called Crohn's disease. So I had chronic ulcers and things happening inside of my stomach and my digestive system that was just slowly killing me. And I don't say that for drama, it's just the best way to put it, because that's what was happening. And I'm telling, I got friends around Africa, and I'm telling them about the capsules and everything I'm taking from my doctor to try to fix my body and how it wasn't working. And they're telling me that it's nonsense and that I needed to just come to Africa. And to be fair, they said come to any African country. They said just come over here and eat our food and you'll be better. So I got to the point where I just couldn't take the suffering anymore. So I bought a ticket and I came. And I've loved ugali ever since. Yeah.
Ugali is my favorite.
Hey, ugali is very nice. But the foods here are so good, And but once you're here, you find so much more. It's more than just good food. It's happy people. It's a lifestyle and a simplicity that makes sense. Even in Nairobi, it's hectic, but just here where we are, we can go down here to the ground and pick an avocado. But in the U.S., you got to go, get in your car, go through 5-10 stoplights, and it's nonsense. And then what you find when you get to that supermarket in the U.S. is GMO food covered in chemical. And if you do go to the place where it's organic, it's a price that would make you cry. So gosh, I don't want to get off topic right away, but I will say that please, if you're in Kenya and these African countries, don't think that you're missing out on something better, because the avocado and everything here is so much sweeter.
Yeah, thank you so much. And how many countries have you visited apart from Kenya?
Okay, so as far as African countries, Kenya and Uganda, when I come, I get an East African visa. So I returned in 2019. And I got an East African visa, and I went to Kenya, Uganda. I didn't make it to Rwanda. And then this time I have the 3-country visa again. So I'm going to definitely return to Uganda, hopefully Rwanda if I get a chance. And then other than that, I've only been to, I can't believe I'm about to say it, Paris, France, Doha, Qatar, and Dubai. And those 3 were just layovers on the way to Kenya. So I didn't go into those towns or countries. I just enjoyed the airport the best I could.
All right, so as a Mzungu in Africa, okay, first of all, do you know what a Mzungu means?
A Mzungu means a white man or white woman, and you're going to hear it a lot in the streets. When you go here and people call you that, they say it, they're not disrespecting you, they're acknowledging you. And I think it's safe to say, Elvis, that like 99% of the time, they're greeting you and happy to see you.
Yeah.
Okay, thank God.
So, Mzungu is a Swahili word, And if you come here in Africa, like you'll find people who speak Swahili, you know, they'll be calling you Mzungu, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so like as a Mzungu here in Africa, how have as people treated you here in Africa?
Oh, okay. Let me answer this one different way. Because in America, it's not cool to be one of the Wazungu. Waz, many Mzungus, right? That's many white people. So here, it's almost strange how accepted you feel. So I spent a lot of time in 2018, my first time. When I would be around a friend for long enough, I would ask them, why aren't you mad at the Wazungu? Why don't you have hostility? And each person that I would ask would say, why would I be angry? We just want to live. We just want progress. We just want peace. So it's really interesting being here because in America, you feel less accepted. And then you come here to this African continent and you're, one, very few around, but people treat you so good and they seem so happy that you would even come to their shop, that you would even acknowledge their country, that you would love their country. And it's really, really humbling. And it really makes me a better person, honestly, in a lot of ways.
When you're coming to Africa for the first time, what were you expecting? Because you have seen like in the media in the US and foreign countries showing Africa in a very negative way,
Yeah.
So what are you expecting when you're traveling here in Africa for the first time?
So I'm 35 years old, so I remember TV from the late 80s and the 90s, and the only image of Africa that we ever got was poverty, starving kids, and beautiful animals. Now, when I was preparing to come here, I was welcomed by many. So it wasn't like I just came and I didn't know anybody. I was getting familiar and I knew that it wasn't what the media had been telling us. So I'm a photographer, and one of my biggest objectives for my creative brand here is helping to change that narrative. And it's not, I don't want to go, there's a BMW building in town, the Nairobi town. You've seen the BMW building, the big black glass building.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. And sure, I'd like to take a photo of it, but that's not even my concern. I'm not trying to prove that Africa or Kenya is worthy and first world or first class. What I like to show is that it's normal. It's not all on the bottom, it's not all on the top. There's a middle ground, there's a middle class, there's normal everyday things happening here. It's not all safaris and it's not all poverty. So even with expectations and knowing that it's not going to be the media image, nonetheless, things are different in so many ways here that it definitely is still going to blow your mind. So you just take it day by day. And you embrace it, you learn how to do it, and you learn how to take a bucket shower when the shower head doesn't work. You learn how to use a kettle to make a hot shower if there's no hot water coming. I've used a jerry can for a shower in Uganda. You learn the price of the foods, and that's gonna rock your mind when you pay 10 shilling, 10 bob for a banana in DZ. and everything's so good.
That is way less than $1.
Bro, so even yesterday, I've been eating samosas in the US. I had a Tanzanian girlfriend one time, and she would make me samosa and bring them to my house. And then I found this Rasta man in Kansas City, and he makes Jamaican food. Shout out to Awaze in Kansas City, Missouri, Pablo. So Awaze, he makes Ethiopian food and Jamaican food. So for the Ethiopian side, he does a samosa. Now, Pole Sana, I'm so sorry, Pablo, but his samosas are like 400 some shillings for two. And I just had 3 of the exact same size on the street yesterday for 60 bob. So not only is the African image not accurate, but it's much better than what we've been getting told. And I really think now in this time of 2021, that it's time that we really work on changing that narrative. And I really hope to see even the locals embrace this much, much more as we kind of start to see the West for what it is. The West has been getting the good image and Africa's been getting the bad image. And it's really the other way around.
So I think that has to change,
Absolutely.
Because there's so many positive things you can see here in Africa. Not only the poverty and war and diseases and death. There's so many beautiful things to see here in Africa. Also, it's not about only just seeing the wildlife. There's more to that. There's much more to that. You told me that you are a travel photographer. So I would love to ask you, like traveling within Africa and doing your photography. Have you seen or captured anything that has blown your mind?
I mean, everyday life here blows my mind right now, and maybe we can get a shot of this at some point. But just the sidewalk outside where everybody sets up around 3 p.m., it's like whoosh. It's like this magic market that appears, and you get everything: avocado, T-shirts, backpacks, whatever you may need. So the daily life blows my mind. It's so colorful and fresh and ever changing. It's always changing and evolving and happening. One thing about here is everywhere you look, life is happening. You always see something moving and something happening. Except with Corona curfew, it gets a little bit quiet and creepy right now. And then there's the things that we've always thought of with African life, the amazing nature. The beaches are incredible. The Indian Ocean is in Kenya, but then you can go to Western Kenya and find Lake Victoria and hear hippos. I thought they were bullfrogs, bro. I was asking this hotel owner about the bullfrogs. He said, bullfrogs, what bullfrogs? I said, don't you hear them? He said, those are hippos, bro. So there, as a photographer, it's unending. It's unending what you can do. It's always worth taking some photos because photography is always going to capture that moment for you to take with you, and people can live through that moment with you. And here, the opportunities are endless. And if it's people you want to photograph, the people are beautiful. The men are handsome. The ladies are nice. And there's always somebody photo worthy and photo ready if you want to snatch somebody off the street and talk them into doing a photo shoot.
So will you recommend more photographers, coming to Africa, Kenya or Uganda, just doing their photography and also exploring?
Oh, absolutely. Like I say, not only are the opportunities so abundant, but from point A to point B, the money is so much smaller than in the US or in Europe. So the opportunity, I say, is also there because of the economical aspect. You can get on a bus or a train for $10 to $20 and go 9 hours away to the Indian Ocean. And when you get there, you're going to have a whole nother level of food, a whole other level of culture and nightlife, and then the Indian freaking Ocean. So while we're mentioning the Indian Ocean, like, it's really popular to go to a place called Diani, but last time I was invited to a place called Watamu, and Watamu is Swahili for all is sweet, and the place is so sweet. Not only is the food sweet, but the beach is just, you feel like you're in a movie. And I guess that's a good concluder for this question is everywhere I go here, I feel like I'm in a movie, and it's a very, very nice movie. And sometimes there's a little tragedy, but it's everyday real life. And it's always happening, and it's almost surreal, I'm used to it, but I guess at the same time, I'm continuing to get used to it,
Oh, wow, that's nice, man. So, we're gonna end this video here, this short interview. So I would love to ask you, what message would you love to tell the African, brothers and sisters out there, because since I've seen like you have a lot of experience here in Africa, traveling around Africa, so what message will you leave to the people?
You guys are really amazing. You're very sharp people, sharp, just mentally, intellectual, very intelligent. You make Americans look stupid. You got, how many languages do you know, Elvis?
Four languages.
There you have it. He knows 4 languages, and I know English, some American English slang, a bit of Swahili, and even smaller Spanish. So I couldn't tell you that I know 4. I wouldn't even try to tell you that. I know maybe 1.75 languages, and it takes 4 languages to make that number. So you guys are really amazing people. I hope that you know that and you continue to embrace that and continue to nurture the soil, because Africa is nothing without you. I asked a question on Facebook the other day. I said, if every Kenyan, every African gets a visa to the U.S., then who takes care of the soil? So I really hope you guys know how amazing your place is. The small things. I know you're used to the ugali. I know that you're used to the avocado. I know these things are normal for you. Just remember that it's not the same when you go there, when you go out. So just continue to embrace who you are. Don't forget the small things, because those small things add up so much. And Asante Sana, just for having me, you guys saved my life, for real.
Thank you so much, my brother Matt. And so you guys have heard him. Like it's all about peace, love, and unity within our borders and also beyond our borders. So thank you so much for your time. And if you're not this channel, please subscribe. And also, like I saw you have a YouTube channel. Is that right?
Yeah, I do. So you can find me easily if you just Google Matt Diamond Flix, Flix. I'm on YouTube. I have mattdiamondflix.com where I do blogging. I have a really nice article on there about my first trip to Kenya. And then, of course, Facebook and Instagram. So you can see all my photography. You can see my writing. You can see me talk politics. And just come enjoy. Let's be friends. We'll take tea. We'll hook up. Just hit me up.
So guys, I'm gonna put his links in the description down below, so make sure you go and check him out. My name is Elvis Derry, the king of YouTubers. See you in the next episode.
Bye bye. Kwaheri.